Time now for the Inside Corner. Let's bring in one of our favorites, our insider, JP Morosi. Good morning to you, JP, and happy opening day. How are you?
Happy opening day. You know, Roflo, after the show is over, make sure that you and Dero go out to dinner in Manhattan and that you will drive. You're the one who will drive. Dero loves it when his teammates drive him down to Manhattan.
One of the worst experiences of my life was being a passenger in his rental car, seeing him trying to maneuver in downtown Manhattan.
Too slow?
Too nice.
Yeah,
everybody's cutting us off.
I'm with you, JP. You can't let everyone in. It's
God.
It's one person, then you go. Hey, let's talk about the one person that was the subject of a lot of conversation at Red Sox camp, Rafael Devers. He began spring training saying, I'm a third baseman, but now he's the everyday DH. Take us inside how that transition happened, and what are you expecting moving forward?
Yeah, still waiting on the official Red Sox lineup to be posted for that game in Arlington that you mentioned, Robert. But we do expect that Devers will be the DH and Alex Bregman, the third baseman. Alex Cora, after a lot of conversation over the last couple months, made that official in the last couple days. Here is how Alex's explanation sounded recently on the radio.
We had conversation throughout spring training, and he was very vocal about how he felt. We made a decision. Alex is going to play third. Rafi's going to DH. We all are in the winning business, and he understands that. It's like everything, right? You don't have to agree with it. At the end of the day, what are we going to do to go out there and perform every single day? And he's been working hard, not only with his swing, but the routine. Of course, it's a little bit different. Somebody mentioned, can he do it? You know what? Every DH used to be a position player until there were DHs, right? The kid is ready to go. He's going to hit second, and he's going to DH. I think having Alex behind him is going to benefit him. Honestly, I expect a great season from Rafi offensively.
One thing to watch today, Robert, with Devers and going forward is how comfortable his at-bats are regardless of his position. Again, because of the shoulder issue, he was limited to just 15 plate appearances during spring training with one extra base hit. And Dero can certainly speak to what it's like as a position player, especially coming off of injury, how many at-bats you need to get a good, solid foundation. Devers, just because of the circumstance, was not able to do that. So I think that's going to be something to watch today. But Bregman, you saw him briefly for a moment there in that defensive B-roll, turning double plays at second base. But he, again, is the third baseman. Bregman is the reigning American League Gold Glover over at third base. We've talked before about how well that swing is going to play. I look for a huge year from Bregman at Fenway.
JP, let's talk about another slugger in the American League East. I honestly thought that contract extension talks between Vlad Jr. and the Blue Jays were dead, but then you hear reports that maybe not so much. Where do you think stands right now between Vlad Jr. and the Blue Jays and a possible extension?
They are still talking, Robert. I am not in a position to say that anything is close or even that there's an expectation that a deal will get done, but they are still talking. And certainly that is good news in the context of where things stood 6 weeks ago, where it looked as though once Vlad reported the spring training without a deal, we were led to believe that was the end of the conversation. Turns out it wasn't. They're still talking. Buster Olney reported just today that there was a fresh offer made by the Toronto Blue Jays to Vlad's camp. I would caution everybody to keep things again in perspective. We know there is such pressure on the Jays to try to get a big contract done. Of course, they'd pursued Ohtani, Soto, Sasaki, Burns, and others. They want to get a win. And yet, with respect to this potential contract, there are two things to watch here. Number one, do the Blue Jays get close to that $40 million AAV range that we're led to believe that Vlad is looking for? And Mike Rodriguez has reported on this before in recent days, that around $40 million is what Vlad wants. Is it over 14 years? That puts you in the range of 550, 560, somewhere in that space. But it's not just the sticker price on the number, guys, as we have been led to believe so many times. It's about the deferrals. And so that, to me, is the big question. Not just what the money is, but what are the deferrals? What is the present value? And I think for a lot of these reasons, and the context here, the number of times the Jays have finished second on major free agents, it does seem to me that Vlad has a lot of leverage here, knowing how much pressure there is on the organization to get a deal like this done. So, again, the key detail, they're still talking, but I have no information right now that says that anything is close at hand here, as the first pitch of the Jays season is now mere hours away.
Extension deadlines, scam. If you want to come get me at any point, you can.
Yeah, you can talk to me if you want to give me $500 million. Yeah, let's go.
Scam.
Hey, real quick, JP. Ryan Johnson, good story with the Angels. We're up against it, but his story is worth mentioning.
What a story. 0 games in the minor leagues. 0 games. And he has a lot of great assets in his delivery. There's some deception there. He's 6'6". And Tim McElvain, their scouting director, told me that in one of his very first conversations post-draft with Ryan Johnson, that Ryan Johnson asked Tim McElvain, what are the biggest weaknesses that you see that I have to work on? Don't you love that from a young pitcher to say immediately, how can I get better? Well, he has gotten better very quickly, and right now he's a major league pitcher with 0 minor league games.
The showdown is not meant to cause offense or harm. The viewer acknowledges any reliance on the accuracy or completeness of said content should be done at their own discretion. The host apologizes in advance for any affront as a result of personal attacks.
Showdown time. Tom Verducci is here. I was thinking, you can't get sick on opening day, but I guess you can get sick on opening day.
So bad for him. Of all days.
That's not the day to get sick. Anyway, all right. I do not have your answer on this, so our producers just thought, how about this? Top 3 players in Major League Baseball, because I think I'm going in another direction. Give me your top 3.
Okay. This is one of the more easier assignments you've given me.
Yeah,
Number 1 is Shohei Ohtani. He's the best player of all time. He's going to make 15 or 20 starts this year, and he's going to hit 40-plus home runs.
Best player of all time?
His package of skills is unprecedented. Okay,
that's true.
Number
not
2,
the best player of all time.
Number 2 is Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
He dominates a game. Even when he's not in the batter's box, you are counting the spots to when he's coming up. He makes everybody else around him better.
Best hitter in the
Judge.
game. Yes.
Number 3, Bobby Witt Jr. All the skills you could ever want, playing shortstop position, puts the ball in play, runs the bases great, a terrific throwing arm. He reminds me of Mike Trout in his prime, where you look on the baseball field and you say, who is that guy? He does things nobody else does.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's my easy 3.
I can see a future. I see a future like happening this year where actual value on the field is Witt, your number 3 guy, number 1, Gunnar Henderson 2, Ellie De La Cruz 3. 3 monster shortstops. If De La Cruz takes that next step and Gunnar gets healthy and he's just regular Gunnar again and Bobby Witt just stays where he was, I'm thinking Ohtani is still not pitching. He maybe pitches later in the year. He's a DH, right? He's a great player. Judge is now a diminished defensive player. He's not in center field. We'll see if he can still dominate in right field. I would take those 3 shortstops, even over Ohtani with his historic nature, and Aaron Judge. Those 3 shortstops.
Yeah, I heard a couple of ifs in there, Brian. I'm looking at Ellie De La Cruz thinking, sure, he's got the potential to be. I don't know if he's in my top 10 right now. This guy struck out 213 times last year. He does not hit a breaking ball. He does not hit from the right side of the plate. Now, he will. He's young. He's 23. We're seeing all the skills and the packages there to be Bobby Witt. But he's not by. His OPS plus in his career is 106. He's barely above average.
But it was well above average last year. Did you see him this spring? He's gone next level.
He did cut down on his strikeouts, and I said that if he does that, his numbers are going to get there.
I know it's spring training. I hesitate in front of Tom Verducci to throw the spring training stats and go, no, you show me spring training stats.
That's okay.
Look at it. He's gone. This is a guy. This is why it's significant. He's gone next level. Also, now I was there in camp with him. I got to see him there. I was there with D-Row. He's working on his defensive game. We know he's smooth. We know he's StatCast ready. He's toolsy more than anyone else in the game. Is there an if? Yes, but I think he goes next level. And in that case, Tom, think of these running, fielding, slugging shortstops. There's nothing more valuable than that. I would take those 3 easy. If Ellie becomes Ellie, that I think, I would take it easy even over an Ohtani DH who might pitch and Judge at this point in his career.
I like what you're saying here. The concept, the philosophy there is like Earl Weaver said, give me a team of all shortstops, right? Because those are the best athletes on the field. They're going to handle the ball the most defensively. And these guys are all big, too. You're talking about Gunnar and Ellie. These guys are 6'3", 220, run like the wind. So these are premier athletes playing baseball.